everyone, it's Elaine. Thanks for joining me back on my channel. Today I am sharing a card I have made for my best friend. It's her birthday this weekend, so I decided to do something a little bit different, something a little bit maybe more sophisticated. So I have this Digi stamp in my computer stash. I think it was a free image I got once and I've never used it, and I thought I'd just try something a little bit different. It isn't something I would normally colour up, but I wanted something that I thought would suit my friend really well, and I thought this was perfect. I did find it quite hard to colour because the lines are really thin, but I gave it a whirl. I'm really happy with how it turned out, so I'm just going to turn on some music just while I finish off the colouring. I have tried to put my caps down on the paper, and I did mark my paper by doing that, so you'll see I put it on my craft mat in the end. And but I will list all the colours below as well, just in case, because some of my markers, my chow markers, don't have labels on them yet. I just haven't got around to it, so I'll list everything below, and I hope you enjoy the colouring, and I'll see you after I've finished. Bye. Finished all my colouring, I cut out that picture, and then I'm going to use one of my scalloped frames or scalloped ovals for the image. It's just one of my ones that I recently picked up at a local shop, and just thought that would be a nice pretty edge, and I run that through my die cut machine, just securing that die down with some washi tape and some post-it tape. And then I do just go around the edge of the image with some really pale markers. I've never tried this technique before, but I've seen some other videos in the past where they've given sort of like a really pale shadowing all around the image, and I thought that might make the image pop off the white cardstock. So I believe I use, I think it's BG10 and BG70, and then I use my colourless blender as well in a minute, just to kind of give it a really soft outline. And yeah, I'm happy with that. I thought that looked quite nice, and I'll definitely be doing it again. And that's where I got some ink from my caps onto my paper, so using my colourless blender to try and get rid of that, but I do end up going in with some sequins at the end because I couldn't completely get rid of the ink off the paper. So now I'm just adding in some grey markers to give the image some grounding. I've never tried this before. I'm always too scared at this point to add shading to the floor area in case I ruin it. So then I've cut down a piece of patterned paper, and I've used my Lawn Fawn scallop dies to do that scalloped edging, but you'll see from the picture in the card that I don't actually end up liking that too much, so you'll see that I cover that up a bit later on in the video. But I quite like that patterned paper, so now I'm just adding in some liquid adhesive to my coloured image, and I'm just going to secure that down. I am going to be mailing this, so I wanted to keep the card quite flat. So once I'm happy with it all nice and secure, I'm just going in and adding lots of sparkle to the dress, the present, the earrings, the rose. I think her shoes have got these cute little bows on the ankles, and then I do go in with some glossy accents as well on that table, and I think it's a martini. So now to cover up that ink splotch that I've decided to add on some clear sequins that I've got in my stash. I didn't really want to add anything too much because obviously again I'm mailing it, so I'm using my jewel picker to try and secure those down to my card. And I'm using just my liquid adhesive for that. I do go in with some glossy accents as well, just to ensure that everything's really secure. And that's where I add my glossy accents. It's just a really tiny layer. And then here I want to cover up those scalloped edges, so I'm just trimming down a piece of purple or lilac glitter cardstock. This is a Die Cuts with a View paper pack that I've used. Glitzy Pastels, I think it's called. I'm just measuring that down, and to kind of make everything even, I've just trimmed another piece of that paper down, and I'm just going to put that underneath the scallops just so everything's sort of like the same height. I'm just adding that along the bottom, and then I'm just adding some double-sided tape to that glitter cardstock. I'm just securing that to the bottom. So I'm just making sure I line that up as best I can. And I did trim down another piece of black cardstock, and I believe this happy birthday sentiment is from the Tim Holtz Crazy Talk stamp set. So I just use my Versamark ink and my Nuvo white embossing powder. I'm just getting off some little stray bits of embossing powder. I seem to have quite a lot at one end. And then I've heat set that, and I'm just trimming it down so that it's a little bit thinner than that glitter cardstock, so that you'll see that peeking through from behind. So again, just popping some double-sided tape on there. And that is my card finished. It's really simple this week. I'm really happy with it. I do just go over that embossing with a white gel pens. It was a little bit patchy in places, so that's my little cheat for the week. And then just to finish off the back of my card, I just use one of the stickers that I made for myself. And I'm using my Chunky Monkey Crafts Sealed with a Kiss stamp set, and I'm using this Made with Love stamp from that set, using my London Fog Memento ink. And then just finally embellishing the inside with Wishing You an Amazing Day, which is from Mama Elephant Picnic with Friends. I really love that stamp from that set. It's had a lot of love. I hope you enjoyed that today, and I'll see you in my next video. See you soon. Bye.